Hi there guys, and welcome to this Plunker 88 production. I'm your host Gareth Archer, and welcome to my first video of 2018. Before I go any further, I would just like to wish everybody a happy new year, and I hope everybody had a cracking Christmas, and hopefully 2018 is going to be a brilliant year for everybody watching and anybody who stumbles across this video. So before we go any further, there's a few things I need to just get out there and say. First of all, this is my first video in about 2 weeks, so if I'm a bit all over the place or haven't got my normal style down, you know why. I've kind of been on a bit of a hiatus over Christmas, which a lot of YouTubers, to be completely honest, go on a little bit of a hiatus over Christmas, and now I'm back in 2018 doing a new video. Also, as a result of that, this video is in 720p rather than 1080p, simply because I want to ease myself into this, and it's far easier to render out a 720p video than it is a 1080p video. So, you know, I want to sort of make this an easy process to get this video up as soon as I possibly can. So, with all of that out of the way, here we are in 2018. So, believe it or not, I've tried to record this video 10 times at least. So, at one point, this video was going to be a running up to Christmas video. Christmas then came and went. This was going to be a coming up to the end of 2017 video. Then that kind of went away. This was then going to be a end of the year, end of 2017 video, but then that kind of slipped away. The reason why I haven't recorded the video up until now, if you're wondering where I am as I record this video, it's currently Friday the 5th of January 2018, and it's currently coming up for 5 to 9 p.m. The reason why I haven't done this video up until right now is because I am currently knee deep in 20 plus hours, nearly 30 hours actually, of podcasts from giantbomb.com of their Game of the Year deliberations. More on that momentarily. And I'm actually off this week, and I'm off next week from work. More on that momentarily. And basically, I've just been knee deep in those podcasts since Tuesday. I was in Monday because it was a bank holiday, and I wanted my bank holiday pay. Thank you very much. Of little we still get, to be completely honest. But from Tuesday onwards, I wanted to crack on with those podcasts. So I have been, excuse me, I do apologise. Yeah, since Tuesday, I've been cracking on hard with those podcasts. As a result of that, as you may remember, just before the new year hit, I did a New Year's resolution video, and one of my New Year's resolutions was to watch less YouTube, because I was, admitting to a bit of a YouTube addiction problem. Well, guess what? I've watched barely any YouTube this week. So I actually formatted my computer on Wednesday, I think it was, simply because one of my personal favourite games to dip into every so often, Elite Dangerous, wasn't working on my computer. So I thought, stuff this, I'm going to format my computer and get everything back up and running, and that gave me a fresh new computer for the new year, which is always a good thing. And then I really did, as I said, crack into those podcasts and really get started. So, as I said, I've watched barely any YouTube this week, and any time I've taken a break from the podcast, I've either listened to music, watched some Netflix, or played games. More on that momentarily. And it's actually been quite liberating, to be completely honest. I watched maybe 5 YouTube videos this week that I can count without, I can obviously occasionally somebody has popped up in my sub box on my phone. I'm just waking up or just about to settle back down and go to sleep, and thinking, yeah, I'll stick that on for a bit and go from there. But I've watched barely any YouTube this week, and I've only 2 of those videos I only watched because of recent purchases that I've made, one of which was the limited edition Dawn of War 3 packaging, because I actually got the Humble monthly Humble Bundle Monthly this month, because it contained Quantum Break, The Long Dark and Dawn of War 3. And The Long Dark and Dawn of War 3 I've wanted for quite a long time now. So, and I also want the limited edition packaging, but wasn't going to spend 50 quid on it after buying a Steam key from Humble Bundle, essentially. So I scoured eBay and managed to find a used version of the limited edition packaging, because I already have a Steam key, and, you know, essentially got that, and that arrived today. In fact, and one of the YouTube videos I watched was as a direct result of that. The other package I got from YouTube this week was some more Eye of Judgment stuff, which there is a video coming very, very soon, actually, on all of the Eye of Judgment stuff I've gotten recently. Also, to sort of bring awareness to Eye of Judgment, because it is a game that I do want to kind of bring awareness to be completely honest, because I still think in 2018 it was a very ambitious game, and it's a game that, especially in the current climate, especially with Dropbeat, I think it's called, the most recent Hasbro slash game that they've released with Harmonix, I do believe. I think, you know, doing a video on Eye of Judgment could be a good thing to do. So, as a result of the Game of the Year deliberations from Giant Bomb, I've got so many games that I now want to play, which is a good thing, because as I said in my Game of the Year resolutions video, one of the resolutions is to play more games and to really get back into games. Now, before I discuss the games that I want to get into, just before the end of 2017, I actually watched a video while I was in the bath called, I searched on YouTube, how to get back into, you know, gaming, and one of the videos was how to get back into gaming after a bit of a funk or hiatus. And one of the suggestions that person suggested was to sort of envelope yourself, surround yourself in gaming industry news and stuff like that. We're talking Twitch streams, we're talking podcasts, we are talking gameplay videos on YouTube. Just surround yourself with that sort of stuff, because this person actually went on a gaming hiatus earlier last year, and he said what happened with him is that he took a step away from gaming and started getting more interesting comics and all the comic book videos or movies that were coming out. And as a result, he was starting to read up on, you know, the next Marvel film or the next DC film or the next issue of this Batman comic or that Superman comic or this Flash comic or the next Flash episode. He wasn't looking up, or what he was tending to find, he wasn't looking up gaming news or gaming information or gaming anything. As a result, he felt like he was out of the loop when it came to gaming. As a result, when he actually was like, right, okay, this hiatus is over, I'm going to get back into gaming, he was like, oh shit, where do I start? He had no idea where to start. He knew that, you know, some of the marquee titles were out, such as Destiny 2 and Assassin's Creed Origins and stuff like that, but he had no idea, you know, what game to go for, because there was no zeitgeist, no word of mouth, no nothing that he'd interacted with that he could go, right, let's go for this thing or that thing, because he was completely out of the loop. And that's how I felt, very much out of the loop, and I didn't know how to jump back in or where to jump back in. Listening to Giant Bomb's Game of the Year deliberations, which, as I said, is nearly 30 hours worth of podcast, in about 3 hours I'll be completely done, which, bloody hell, that's a lot of podcasts. This is the most amount of hourage they've had when it comes to podcasts in the last 3-4 years that I've been listening to their Game of the Year deliberations. So bloody hell, if I was listening to the premium podcast, which I might be, I don't know, I'll definitely be getting the most out of my premium subscription right now. But anyway, moving on. Yeah, listening to their Game of the Year deliberations has sparked that spark once again. There's so many games I want to check out. Primarily the two right now are Nier Automata and Wolfenstein 2 The New Colossus. They're the two most immediate games I want to play. Assassin's Creed Origins is in there somewhere because it's such a massive game. It may be next month or, you know, whenever that I delve into that, so to speak. We also have things like Pyre, Night in the Woods, that I want to get through. Night in the Woods I can actually play through in a couple of sessions, to be completely honest, and Pyre. So a lot of those games I can probably knock out in a couple of days, to be completely honest. Somewhere down the road I do want to play through Persona 5, but it is a mammoth of a game. So that's going to take some time to get through. To be completely honest, Nier Automata for a platinum game is quite a mammoth of a game. If you want to get through the whole game and do everything you want to do in it, it's about 40 hours worth of gameplay. So that's something I do want to get into. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier. For my own sanity, I'll mention it again now. If I did, I was actually off this week and I'm off next week. So this week I was primarily using to get through all the Giant Bomb podcasts, and also while I was listening to those podcasts, I played quite a bit of Elite Dangerous, quite a bit of Dead Cells, and I played some other. I played some other games I'll get to in a minute that I picked up during the January sales. Anyway, where was I? So yeah, next week is going to be, you know, balls deep into some gaming, to be completely honest. Yeah, just so many games are like buzzing around my head right now that I need to look into and investigate. There are some games I'm going to miss, to be completely honest. I'm going to miss Destiny 2 because I don't have anybody to necessarily play with. What other games I'm probably going to give a miss? Probably Resident Evil 7. We'll see where things go. Observer, which sounds like a fantastic game. I'm probably going to give that a miss. But yeah, it really has ignited that flame inside me. And, you know, as again, another suggestion that someone made in one of these videos was, don't let the flame die. Don't take yourself away from gaming, you know, or podcasts and things like that. And one thing I have noticed, because of circumstances, I haven't been listening to any Giant Bomb podcasts for the last 6 months easily. So I'm going to get back onto that with their latest, their first podcast of 2018. I'm just going to, you know, surround myself with gaming or bits and bobs. It's amazing once you cut out a certain thing out of your day or out of your spare time, how much more spare time you then have for other things. So a few things I picked up during the January sales. I actually picked up Mario Kart 8 that wasn't in the January sales, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I should say. I actually picked it up digitally because it's the same price digitally as it is physically, so I thought I might as well get it digitally. Plus I did, I did have it physically a few months back, but I sold it, which I do regret quite a bit, because a group I'm part of on Facebook play it quite a bit, and I do sometimes, I sort of sat there on the sidelines, if you were, thinking, I'd love to play this with people, but I don't own it, so, you know, that sort of stuff. The reason why I picked that up, or one of the reasons why I picked that up, is because my dad actually said he still owes me a bit of Christmas money, so I wasn't going to look a gift horse in the mouth, so he gave me that Christmas money and I used that towards Mario Kart 8. In the sales, I did pick up Volgar the Viking on the Switch. I did also pick up Day of the Tentacle Remastered on Steam. So on the Xbox, I own both Monkey Island 1 and 2 Remastered. On the PS4, I own Grim Fandango Remastered. On the PC, I own Day of the Tentacle Remastered. So I actually own almost all of the remastered versions of the Double Fine / LucasArts point and click adventure games. So I'm going to be getting through those very, very soon. And there's actually a website called howlongtobeat.com, which actually, if you type in a game, it shows you how long it typically takes people to beat those games. And Secret of Monkey Island 1 and 2 and Day of the Tentacle are all around the 5 to 6 hour mark, which can be done in one sitting if I really want it to be. So, you know, I'm definitely going to knock those out very, very soon. Now, one video I did want to do, and this kind of does lend into what I just said about buying some games in the January sales, is I was going to do a video looking at the joysticks of various systems. We're talking the Switch, the PS4, the Xbox, the PSP, the PS Vita, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, if I can find my PlayStation 1 controller anywhere, as in the DualShock 1 controller. I was going to do a video focusing on all of those different joysticks, because there was a chat I had in the Discord server that sort of gave me this idea. I'm probably not going to do that video now, because one of those systems, I'm not going to say which one, is no longer with or no longer in my possession. So what happened is I made some purchases over the bank holiday weekend last weekend, and they didn't come out till after the Monday, because the bank holiday Monday I could think some things up. So I was then all of a sudden 40 quid, 30, 40 quid lower than I thought I was, and I was like, bollocks. Oh, that wasn't meant to happen. So I sold one of the systems I just mentioned. It was a bit of a sledgehammer to crack a walnut, to be completely honest, but it allowed me to buy some games in the January sales. Also allowed me and my dad to have a takeaway the other day, and it's also allowed me to enjoy myself over this last week of being off, and it will allow me to enjoy myself next week being off. So, you know, I don't regret doing that in any way, shape or form, and I wasn't playing the system that I sold, so, you know, at the end of the day, these things happen. I was going to be buying a 3DS, or sorry, a new 3DS next month, but due to a recent development, I'm probably not going to be buying that now. I'm probably just going to be buying Assassin's Creed Origins and going from there, to be completely honest. I'm going to be checking out Wolfenstein 2 and Nier Automata very, very soon. I also might pick up Persona 5. I don't know, because as I said earlier, it's a mammoth of a game to get through, and there are so many like little games here and there that I want to get through first. But next week is going to be Nier Automata, if I can get that working. Yeah, on my computer. And if I can get that working on my computer, that's definitely going to be a next week thing. Yes, if you haven't guessed by my enthusiasm the way I'm speaking, I've definitely got the gaming spark back. A couple of videos I have coming up very, very soon is, I believe I mentioned it in this video. This is my fourth take, by the way, guys. So if I'm getting a bit confused and things are getting a bit blurred, then you understand why. I've been sat in this room for an hour and a half now, talking. This video is currently at the 18-minute mark, or nearly the 19-minute mark for me, but I've been sat in this room for nearly an hour and a half trying to record this bloody video. So things are a bit blurred. I apologise. Yes, the most recent video, the next upcoming video is probably my Eye of Judgment stuff. What else did I have? There was another idea I had the other day that I've now completely gone out of the old cranium. Yeah, completely gone out of the old cranium, to be completely honest. Bloody hell. What was the other idea I had? I can't remember, to be completely honest. I do have a video upcoming very soon. Well, we'll see where things go, of my Dragon Ball collection. We've got Dragon Ball Z and GT. I've got that at the moment, and I will be getting Super when I can, and I'll also be getting the movies soonish. We'll see where things go. But you can expect a lot more gaming related videos coming from me very, very soon. Yes, I've just realised Fighter Z, Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Fighter Z, or Z Fighter, whatever it's called, is out very, very soon. So that's another game that's on my checkout list at some point. Excuse me. So that's where I am with everything at the moment. In terms of this channel, where I want to go, what's happening with it, I am slowly unlisting videos here and there, so please check back to watch those videos. I will be re-uploading videos from my other channel to this channel, you know, over, what I was going to say, there's another word I was going to use, over the course of the next week, 2 weeks, however long. So those videos are going to be transferred over to this channel, so those you'll get updated with as soon as they come across. If you're of course subscribed and hit the bell icon, you'll get those notifications as soon as they pop up, as soon as those videos pop up. What else? I think that's it for now. I'm going to leave this here for now. I'm going to get back into these podcasts, and then once the podcasts are done, I've watched some other Giant Bomb content, I'm going to get into some Nier Automata. So yeah, so the new year is starting well in terms of the gaming front. As always, guys, if you could, for me, leave me a like or a dislike, depending on your feelings on this video. If they are more complicated, or if you wish to have a discussion with me or somebody else, then please pop a comment down into the comment section down below. As I do like to say, YouTube is a social media platform. Let's make it social. Let's take it back from the trolls. And if you haven't already, you can stick around by pressing the big red free subscribe button. If you want to stay up to date with what I do, then please click the bell icon. That will enable you to receive a notification to your device of choice every time I upload a video. And as always, guys, you've been a very patient and supportive audience, and until next time, please take care, and as always, enjoy the rest of your day. Ta-ra.